Welcome back, everyone. Welcome back here to the final series of the broadcast. Welcome back here to Douyu Cup 2026 Day 1, the decider match of Group B. It's been an intense group so far, featuring 4 players, featuring TY, Fantasy, Sue, and Coffee. 3 Terrans and a Zerg. In the end, Sue did advance on, did make it through in first place. Now we're here to determine who's going to be coming out in second place. Fantasy is already out of the tournament. Now it comes down to TY and Coffee. Bearing in mind, this is also a rematch. It's going to be a rematch here. TY, he did lose the previous series. It go down to Coffee earlier in the broadcast. We'll see if TY can get his revenge. We'll see if Coffee can close it out once again. As Vitas are done. And we do have our Vitas, we have our map picks. Game 1 is going to be on at Attorney's Edge. Again, we've seen Attorney's Edge almost every series, if not every series. It's crazy. Game 2 is going to be on Lockdown. Game 3 is going to be on Rainfall. Maps that we have not seen tonight are the 4-player spawn maps. We have not seen Old Sun Temple. We have not seen Fear and Faith. We have not seen Rorschach, which is more extreme. And we only saw, I want to say we saw one game on Blackrock. Just the one, though. So again, we can clearly see the players are leaning more towards the more standard maps in the map pool, which makes sense. They've been avoiding the extreme maps. But again, visa done. Meanwhile, shout out to our casters as well. Xiaose and Maxed are going to be covering this final series. Going to be casting together over at Douyu, at the Douyu event. I'm just catching up. Catching up in the chat. It's a recast, a live cast, baby. Live cast. We're just casting from like a, as we'll say in the chat, a cleanish feed. We were provided a dirty feed, baby, dirty feed. What does that mean? Typically, a clean feed is only like in-game audio, but we are still getting caster audio with the clean feed as well. And from my understanding, there's no way we're not going to be able to get purely in-game audio. So that's why you can hear the casters a little bit. We turn them down as much as we can, of course. And we'll be casting over that. The other options we just muted entirely, but it's nice to get some in-game sounds for sure. Some audio. A little bit. No. But otherwise, again, our players are setting up. Also, as a reminder as well, there's a 4-day event. 4-day event here. This is day 1. Tomorrow, we do have 2 more groups for Douyu Cup, and then we have the playoffs thereafter over the weekend. So 4 days of StarCraft. It's gonna be a lot. A lot of StarCraft, a lot of content. And very long cast days as well, by the way. We're reaching the 8-hour mark. Lovely. We knew it was going to be a long one, to be fair. We knew it was going to be an intense broadcast day. It's going to be intense. Of course, there was some teething issues. There were definitely some delays early on and some massive breaks. But thankfully, towards the tail end, like it feels like we've kind of locked in and we've been able to iron things out, and has been a bit of a smoother broadcast for sure. Shorter breaks. And I'm hoping that trend will continue coming into day 2 as well. I'm hoping for that to be the case. When it comes to day 2, we're still gonna be featuring players like Neeb, Impact. Oh, I can't wait to see Impact compete, Bap. Yeah, Neeb, Impact, Scarlets, Innovation, Deer, Diego's gonna be playing as well. True. Este Diego. Look forward to it. And of course, we have the show match at the start of the day as well, which is going to be the whole foreigner team versus the casters. That's crazy. I just saw the lineup. Insane, Bappy, insane. Yeah. Oh, as it looks like we're jumping in. It looks like we are going to be jumping in. We're setting up again. Here comes a rematch. If you weren't here earlier in the broadcast, Coffee did take down TY 2-0. Did take down 2-0 in the previous series. Again, we're coming for the rematch. Spawning in the bottom right-hand corner of At Attorney's Edge, we do have the South Korean Terran player. It is going to be TY. And spawning in the top left-hand corner, we have the Chinese Terran player. It is Coffee. Let's go. Let us go. We have our TvT. We have our rematch decider series here in Group B. One will advance on, the other is out of the tournament. You know, personally, and again, I'm sure for a lot of people, we would want to see more of TY. We want to see more of TY as this is his return to StarCraft in a very, very long time. But again, Coffee is more in form, and Coffee is moving out with the early SCV. Hello. Not just one, two proxy, two racks. Ay, ay, ay. Hyper aggression out of Coffee here early on in the broadcast. And TY, how does he open up? First things first, Gamba time. If you're in the chat, it is time to Gamba. Predictions are open. Place your bets on who you think will claim the series. Will TY get his revenge? Will Coffee take him down again for the second time today, as we have our Proxy Drax Reaper? Meanwhile, TY early on, double gas. Whew, okay, double gas opener out of TY. What does this mean? This means that TY, as we were pointing out with the Observer, is going for a faster factory. Safe build out of TY. TY has the tools to defend, but it comes down to the execution. It comes down to the micro. So what's happening here? So Coffee was hoping that TY would go for a greedy economic build, go for a Rax expand. That is not happening. It's double gas, so Rax in the factory. This means that in time, TY will have a Hellion. He'll have a Hellion out, and with that Hellion he can defend, he can shut this down, but TY has to minimize losses and get that Hellion out. So he has to minimize losses, he has to pre-pull the boys or pull the boys, protect his Reaper, protect his building SCV on the factory as well, as there it is, that factory is on the way, and buy enough time for that Hellion to pop, and then TY can muster up a defense. So it's all about that early worker control out of TY to minimize worker losses, to preserve his building factory, and to get that Hellion out, and to hold and to survive. Reaper first into Reactor. So it's going to be a delayed second Reaper here for TY. Does check the standard proxy location at the third. Coffee's moving in. Yeah, Coffee does move in, does bypass the initial Reaper, and that means he may even shoot first. Oh, but the factory does finish. Yeah, the factory does finish. Coffee's now aware. Goes to the mineral line. Oh, trying to catch out that Reaper. And so far, almost gets the one. He does get it. Yeah, he does catch the Reaper here. That first Reaper should go down. Nice big off by Coffee. He gets one. Gets Reaper, gets a Hellion. Sorry, gets the SCV. Third Reaper has arrived. And sure, there's a Hellion, but now there's three Reapers. Yeah, now there's three Reapers. More SCVs are going to be going down here. And a messy early game here from TY, losing a lot of workers. That's 4 SCV kills, but he should soon hold with those reinforcements. And we have 2 more Reapers on the way. And now we're looking to stabilize. We're looking to stabilize. Back at home, Coffee's transitioning. Factory on the way for Coffee as well. TY's out of position though. Yeah, TY on the low ground. Yeah, no, he has to push up the ramp. He has to push up the ramp into the concave. TY out of position. Take some heavy hits. Hellion should go down. Oof. Yeah, we'll lose a Hellion. We'll lose another Hellion as well. Messy defense out of TY, and he might even lose the third Hellion. No shot. Oh my god. He will. Yeah, he will lose it. Does trade 1-1. But against some rough losses here for TY. Oh my god, the micro! The jukes! Oh, he's crazy. Coffee, calm down. Marine? Wait, what? Yeah, some crazy control there by Coffee. He almost styling on TY, almost, but TY does still hold on, and now the game will continue. Now, funnily enough, Coffee has a worker lead. Coffee does have the advantage, 25 workers to 21, so Coffee's up in workers, up in economy, and Coffee's catching up in terms of tech, as he already has a Cyclone on the way. So as it all settles, as we build up into the early game, I will say that Coffee's in a better position. Coffee's getting a command center as we speak. He's getting a CC up and running as well. I cannot say the same for TY. So TY, he's behind in workers, he's behind in bases, and will soon be behind in tech as well. As Coffee's going to have Cyclones and TY will not. So this is looking very rough for TY. The pressure is on. As again, TY does commit. And we'll see if he can get on top of the Cyclone. If he can close that distance and get on top of the Cyclone, then he can maybe overwhelm. But the Cyclones are safe. Coffee landing in the mineral line, producing Marines. And producing Marines inside of the mineral line, and he's going for the SCV. Can he get it? Oh, he gets one. Yeah, he gets the SV at the same time. We do see TY dive into the main. No anti-air. Tank is out. Cyclones to drop in. Shows a micro. Good juggling. Oh, good juggling so far, and barely does save those Cyclones. Oh my god, the juggling is crazy. Coffee, calm down. Mass repair saves the Cyclone. Doesn't lose a single Cyclone here. Lock it on the medevac. And the medevac doesn't get away. No shot, doesn't get away. Very nice cleanup here by Coffee. What did Coffee lose in that fight, by the way? He saved the Cyclones, he saved the tanks. He maybe lost one SCV? Maybe. Coffee, calm down. Yeah, with that, Coffee getting a third base already. So Coffee already has a lead. He's trying to extend that lead even further. This is a little bit greedy, is what I will say, going for such a fast third. But I mean, if he gets away with it, then he'll snowball out of control. So third base on the way, throwing down extra Raxes. Meanwhile, TY getting to a more standard Bio Tank Raven composition. It's Coffee that's being greedy. I don't think he needs to be, but sure. Coffee taking some risks. It does take some risks. Threatens a drop. Hoping to catch out a Raven or any kind of stray unit. Finds an SCV. At the same time, is Coffee pre-sieged? Ooh, he's not. Okay, he's not pre-sieged. Has to back off. Coffee pulls away at the same time. 1, 2, 3 SCV kills in the main base. Ay, ay, ay. Nice disable. And there's no way out of this. Yeah, there's no way out. Coffee, can you buy enough time for the disable to run out? No shot. Oh, barely not. Ooh, that was close. Yeah, TY was able to clean up the Cyclones, thankfully. Something going TY's way. Getting something. As good a variety we've been having around when it comes to games, that is. I think I mentioned this earlier if you weren't here for it, but mirror matchups are basically unchanged. I would say I say basic, yeah. Like obviously ZVZ is a little bit different, but when it comes to TvT, like this is looking just like the previous patch, which is a good thing, I would say. Like I say a good thing. Right now, a lot of the other matchups are in disarray for sure, but the mirror matchups are like stable, like TvT, PvP, ZVZ. Like those are the matchups where you don't necessarily bring up like the patch and things that have happened when it comes to like larva production or workers or anything like that. Tanks they move in. At the same time, Coffee does attempt to counterattack. He does find the tank. Can he get it? The boys are pulled. Mass repair. And looks like the tank is safe. Yeah, tank is saved at the same time. TY trying to force his way in towards the main. Medevac is getting called out. Viking will punish. Nice cleanup by the TY. And Coffee attempts to break out, but he gets disabled. Yeah, mass disables here on the tanks. Heavy losses for Coffee. TY is doing it. Despite having a rocky start here, TY, he's overwhelming. The Ravens, they pop off. And we mentioned earlier that Coffee was greedy this game. He chose to rush into the third CC. He didn't need to. That ate into his army, ate into his production. TY so far, he's out trading. He's out trading, papi. And despite having the faster third base that's already in orbital, Coffee can't make use of it. Cannot use it. TY now is able to expand. Coffee. Coffee trying to catch out one of the Ravens. Coffee. And with that, Coffee can now claim his own third, and now we can try to stabilize. But again, TY currently is in the driver's seat here. Still down in workers, that is true. So Coffee does have faster 3-base saturation, likewise even faster 1-1 upgrades as well. But TY, he was able to fight back and able to close that gap a little bit. He still has the larger main army at least. And of course has all those ravens. And we can see Coffee trying to catch out some of the Marines. Does catch 4, 5, 6. Okay. 6 Marine kills. Coffee doing his best Björn impression, actually. Björn is known for this style as well. Like, it's mass Marine medevac tank. Whereas TY is playing much more traditionally, going Viking Raven. Like, tank Viking Raven. So TY is fighting for air control. He's fighting for air control and looking to dominate the ground afterwards as well. Meanwhile, Coffee has a much more mobile composition instead. Oh, as we'll lose one of the medevacs. Nice snipe by TY. Nice snipe. As Coffee does rotate. Again, he does get spotted. TY should be able to respond. Yep, and he does. Setting up the high ground, has plenty of energy on those ravens. Plenty of energy. Nice armor shred. Shreds the armors at will, deter Coffee. Oh, as we once again have the, a little bit of latency. Oof. Unfortunately, the Observer PC lagging a little bit. 2 medevacs get sniped. Coffee forced back. And so far, this heavier medevac play has not been worth it for Coffee. Not yet. So far, TY has been keeping up. TY has been that defensive machine, has been able to keep up with the movement. Oh. This means they attempt to sim in. Once again, massive armor shot. Oh my god. Catching out all the bio. Marines get caught. Coffee still trying to find a way through the defenses, but he cannot. Losing another medevac. Again, so many medevacs have gone down this game for Coffee. TY is almost maxed. Once again, another armor shred. Does try to stim in. He wants those tanks. He wants them. But we have the disables. Yeah, we have the disables coming in. Liberators as well. And Coffee, he will lose everything. TY snowballs out of control, catching out the entire army. And with that, TY, he will win the fight and he can't keep pushing. Keep going, Bappy. Keep going. Keep pushing. Swords up Coffee. Can now rally across the map. Again, Coffee losing what? Losing 4 tanks. And Coffee plummets in supply. Again, Coffee, he did have a stronger start to this game. But as we mentioned, Coffee chose to be greedy in the aftermath, and he was punished for that greed. He was punished for it, didn't get away with it. And likewise, you saw that Coffee attempted to go into this mass bio medevac style, but you can only pull that off if you're able to pull off your drop play, and he didn't. Didn't get into the bases, didn't get into the mineral lines. Just being bullied by the Vikings. Speaking of, does catch out most of them here. Most of the Vikings do go down. Yeah, they do fall, but TY sieging up his tanks, collapsing on the army. And now Kobe's stuck on 3 bases. Stuck on 3 bases. TY did forget some of the liberators, but it's fine. He doesn't need them. He doesn't need them. It's fine. GG gets called. And TY takes game number 1. GG. Whew. GG, well played. An impressive comeback there by TY as he was able to recover from an otherwise rough start. Was able to recover, able to bounce back, able to punish the greed of Coffee. Again, as you mentioned, Coffee didn't have to be greedy after taking a lead, but he wanted to try to take that lead and run with it even further. Tried to go into the faster third TC. As you mentioned, that did eat into his own army production, and likewise chose not to go into Mass Raven, did choose to go into a heavier Marine and medevac style, but the purpose of that is to go for drop play. It's to drop into mineral lines into bases to bypass the army. We saw none of that out of Coffee. He was unable to bypass the army, unable to get away with drops, and in the end he was bullied more than anything when it came to his medevacs and his main army. There's a reason why Viking tank Raven is the go-to as a standard. Was looking much more dominant in that mid to late game. Mid-game. GG well played with that. TY takes a lead, and can TY close it out? Will Coffee fight back and force the ace match? I can see this going to the ace match. I can see this going to game 3, but again, the pressure is on Coffee. Pressure's on, man. Oh, hello, Salah Inspired. Bienvenidos. Bienvenidos. Yeah. As we are getting into our next game. Does that mean your streak isn't broken at this? The what streak, Pat? But here we go. We're getting into game number 2 here. Gonna be loading into, was it Sanctuary 3? I know that Rainfall is game 3 if I recall correctly. It's either Lockdown or Sanctuary 3. Yeah. Lockdown, that's it. But here we go. We're loading into game 2 here. In the top right corner, it is a TY. And spawning in the bottom right corner, we have the Red Terran. It is Guffy. Let's go. Let us go. We do have our second game here. TY is 1 game away from claiming the series and getting his revenge. Meanwhile, Coffee has to fight back here and now to force the ace match. Again, the pressure is on. Let's go. Let's go, baby. Let's go. So now we're going to be opening up. And this time, I can't imagine we'll be going for a proxy. I mean, maybe TY would be tempted to go for his own proxy 2-racks. But outside of that, we should be having much more standard openers this time, leading into aggression in the early to mid-game instead. So we'll see how we open up, whether we open up double gas or single gas. Remember that here on Lockdown, it is a very secure 2-base setup. So welcome to Lockdown. Lockdown has a very secure natural, as it is a high ground natural. So we have a ramp leading down to the rest of the map. So as a result, you're very, very safe on 2 bases. The third is more exposed. The third is a little bit further away, and you can abuse the area just in between the third and natural base. That low ground area can be abused, especially in TvT with siege-based units. That is something that we might see come to play here. We might. Aye. But otherwise, we are going to be again opening up, and it is going to be single gas. Okay, single gas open. There it is. Single gas open out to TY, going racks expand. This is the build that Coffee was hoping that TY was going for last game, by the way. Meanwhile, Coffee does go double gas. So Coffee, the roles have been reversed in a sense. Coffee is playing very safe, going double gas. Meanwhile, TY is being greedy, opening up racks expand. I do like the greedier build here on Lockdown. I do feel like it is difficult to punish greedier play on this map. So I'm liking TY's position when it comes to the openers so far. Yeah. Liking his position. We'll see if we can keep up. So far, Coffee does poke in, and I believe Coffee saw the command center. He at least sees now the factory. Ooh, and TY will catch him. Oh my god. Yeah, the double. Ah, no. The double cliff into the main base. Rough loss there for Coffee. 1 Reaper going down early on is brutal, considering this is a mirror matchup, and considering that Coffee is supposed to have the army advantage this game because of his early tech. Suddenly that advantage is diminished. Remember, Coffee's supposed to be the aggressor. To lose a unit early on takes away from that aggression. So a rough start there for Coffee. Behind this, we have our 1-1-1 follow-ups. Command center's already done. Orbital's morphing in. Again, Coffee needs to try to punish this in some way, shape, or form. But there are no workers on the low ground. Deny some mining at least. Once again, Coffee, he needs to find some damage. Does poke in. Ooh, and Coffee's gonna get caught out. The army does line up though. Yeah, nice Hellion shots. Nice splash damage. And in the end, Coffee will catch out all the Hellions, but he will lose his own. Down to one Hellion. Yeah, one Hellion left. Denied entry into the main. TY holds. So TY, he does hold. He does get away with a higher worker count, 27 to 25, so he's up by 2 workers. He does have an extra mule as well. Remember, his orbital's already done. Coffee's is still morphing in, so extra economy there for TY. As this time, both players are taking into Ravens. Remember, last game, intentionally, Coffee, he avoided Raven production, and he got punished for it, to be honest. Like, he got punished for it in the end. Like, the mass medevac play was not worth it for Coffee. Not worth it. So, going back to basics. Back to basics, papi. Sishan, he rumor about both Masters of the Game and Homestead Cup playing on the old version. Is that correct? It's only correct for Maestros. Only correct. But that's because the rationale for that is because Maestros of the Game, the entire tournament was played on the previous patch. So to kind of like go in line with that, the final playoff day for Maestros is also going to be on the previous patch. That's specifically for Maestros, not for Homestead Cup. The team that is with the French community made it. That is incorrect. It was the mod was made by the SE Evo guys. The StarCraft Evolution guys, they ended up making the mod. Does it change lava? I mean, it changes everything. The one thing that it does though is that the mod does keep all the bug fixes. It keeps all the bug fixes, but it does change everything else back to the previous version. But again, that's for so far, that's only for Maestros. Whether that's done for other tournaments, yet to be determined. I do know that RSL will not be on that mod. RSL is committing to the live version of the game. So RSL commits to the live version, Maestros playing on the old version. Homestead Cup yet to be determined. But we have a split in terms of tournaments. And of course, Douyu Cup on the live version of the game as well. True. That's the file we're going to be opening up. I do see someone asking, is TY back? If you're tuning in for the first time, this event is a bit of a Legends tournament with Fantasy, TY, Innovation, Impact, Deer, Trap, and many others. So we have a bunch of old school players coming back to compete. Whether they stick around, we'll see. Like, for now, they're back for this tournament, but whether they're interested in competing further, it's up to the players. So now TY does attempt to rotate him between the bases, but Coffee's in position. Yeah, you can see solid tank positioning here for Coffee, ensuring that TY does not get in. Yeah, it's all good. It's all good. It's all good, Pappy. But it is cool to see TY back for sure, and all the others as well. Oh. As they both try to engage, Coffee does have the high ground, does siege, and forces TY back. So far, so good. Coffee able to force him back. He wants to push off the Raven himself. Does have those Ravens. I'm loving the turret here, zoning back the Ravens, but the turret is going to go down. Uh-oh. Yeah, Coffee gets across the map, denies the third base, claiming his own. Better economy for Coffee. That tank is going to go down. And some heavy losses for TY. Losing control of his third base and losing the tank as well. Coffee gaining momentum. Rotates over. Making use of those speed zones. Oh! Yeah, he does get a tank shot. Likewise, bearing in mind that Coffee does have the high Viking count as well. Catching a medevac. Ooh, massive tank shots on the Marines. And TY, he's contained on 2 bases. Yeah, he has been contained. He has been outpositioned. Rough position here for TY. And his Ravens can't engage because of all the Vikings. He cannot engage. With the CC, can he get it? Oh my god, no repair. Massive pick off third base goes down and TY's falling apart. He's falling apart, Bappy. Throws down the massive sables, but 3 tanks are still up and running. Massive tank shots going off. Tanks are targeted down. And TY who lose every single tank, just purely Marines. We can lay the Viking. Lay the Vikings. Por favor. Ah. Yeah, lands him a little bit late, but it's fine. GG gets called, and Coffee ties up the series 1-1. GG. Whew. GG, well played, Coffee. He will tie the series up here. Again, Coffee with a very different approach this time to game 1. This time, Coffee, he was able to embrace that Raven play. Not just that, but double down and go into Viking support as well. With the help of those extra Vikings, he was able to punish the air control, punish the air units of TY, bully him back, was able to outposition, of course, as well. And the moment that he got up the ramp, the moment that he was able to get within range of the third, that was game. That was game. Denying the third base, up at base himself. And with that, we're going to the ace match. We're going to the ace match. We're going all the way to game number 3, and we'll see how this story ends. We'll see who will come out on top. Let's go. Let us go. Whew. I'm thinking they practice for this, and being new patch, they don't feel left behind. They might be staying, right? They did practice for it. They were given like a month's notice, maybe around a month of time. So all the players competing here were, a lot of them were active in the PTR. So they were playing in the PTR and practicing on the PTR in preparation for this tournament. I think right now the only player that has any kind of like strong has any kind of like any merit to maybe sticking around is Neeb. The reasoning for this is Neeb did join onside, but he used to be on onside back in the day as well. But the fact that he joined a team might lean towards the idea that Neeb might want to keep competing, but at the same time, it is not unheard of that a player will join a team just for a tournament. Like just for one tournament, like that's happened before, and Neeb has close ties with onside, so there is still that chance that Neeb only joined onside to represent them in this tournament, and that's it. So so if some of the players decide to keep competing after this, think of that more like a bonus, like a happy like surprise sort of thing. I would not expect these players to keep competing after this event ends. So set your expectations. Set them low, I should. And hey, if they keep competing further, that's great. That's a great thing. But I would not expect that necessarily. But here we go. Spawning in the bottom right hand corner, we have Coffee, a Chinese Terran. So bottom right. And in the top left, we have TY, the South Korean Terran player. As we're tied up 1-1, we're getting into the ace match, the final game of the broadcast, by the way. And as we get into this, a big shout out to Let Me Play With Your Kitties. God, Papi got supporting and subscribing for 26 months, Papi. Ay. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for the support. We do appreciate it. We do appreciate it. Thank you so much. I hope you enjoy the content, the casting, and the StarCraft. Thank you, Papi. Thank you. You do appreciate it. Oh. As we are settling into game number 3 here. Again, the ace match. We have seen our players vary up their openers from double gas to single gas to proxies, of course. As we can see here, no proxies in the ace match, but welcome to Rainfall. Ooh, Rainfall. We did cast earlier in the broadcast, but Rainfall is a hyper-aggressive map. Short rush distance by ground, low ground third, low ground fourth base, high ground area in between the bases. All-ins hit very hard on this map. Aggression hits very hard, and we're expecting aggression out of our players. Who will be the initial aggressor? We can see it's going to be Coffee. Coffee does open up double gas, so Coffee is going for a faster factory, faster starport, faster tech out of Coffee. TY is going for an economic opener, racks expand. So we have taken our roles here, if you will. Coffee's the aggressor, TY is the defender. We'll see if TY can keep up. We'll see what Coffee can get done. Here we go. Oh, the Deej and true. We're creeping up on an 9-hour cast, Pappy. 9 hours. Let's go. Let's go. We'll make it. We shouldn't hit 9 hours. Again, like, we're expecting a shorter game here, but we'll see. For now, command center is being thrown down for TY. And the factory's on the way for Coffee. First Reaper moves out. Once again, we have to be very careful with this first Reaper. We want to be able to maintain the momentum and maintain the aggression here for Coffee, so he has to be careful. He has to babysit. And, oh, TY does get the... Oh, he does get the grenade off. Ay, ay, ay. So, better trade for TY initially. Coffee breaks in. Is unable to delay the CC. But does scout at least. Does scout, does confirm. Again, Coffee, he wants to delay. Not quite able to. Yeah, the command center will finish. And we'll see if Coffee can find any damage here. A worker, the Reaper, more importantly. Perks in, the worker's just at a tank. CC completes. Workers, they can pull away. And TY evacuates. We'll lose the Marine. Oh, and an SCV, okay. Coffee gets Marine, gets an SCV, does overextend. We'll lose a Reaper of his own. Nice Hellion, very nice Hellion shot out of Coffee. Yeah, nice shot goes off. Meanwhile, the Reaper gets in. We'll disrupt some of the production. Has to be careful not to be surrounded. Gets one more SCV and pulls out. Whew, it does pull out in time. 3 SCV kills. We have seen Coffee out-control TY in the early game in game 1, if you recall. So he's been able to do that before. And here as well, stronger start, pushing further in. Ideally, he wants to bait the army within range of the Hellions. Oh, has to be careful. Has to pull away. Yeah, Coffee does pull back. And TY doesn't get close enough for the Hellions. So far, they're good trades. And despite the stronger economic opener out of TY, Coffee is up in workers. Coffee's got 25 to 22. Oh, once again, though. No, Coffee! No! He's lagging out. Stay with us, Pappy. Stay with us. Not like this. Oof. But again, it's been a little bit frequent at this event, unfortunately. We have had connectivity issues, like at least once per series, sort of thing. So really rough moments. Thankfully, it didn't happen like mid-fight, at least. Thankfully, like there's definitely been more egregious timeouts or lagouts, sorry, I should say. But I mean, I can understand Coffee's sentiments because again, he has momentum. He's looking good. Like he's getting damage done. He's taking a worker lead. Coffee's popping off. And this takes some of that away from Coffee, right? It's like, it ruins the tempo of the moment of the game, the adrenaline, Pappy. So hopefully, again, this is able to be ironed out coming into day 2. Hopefully. It's a little bit more rough because I believe they're playing on the Chinese client and the Chinese server. So you'd think that the connectivity to the Chinese server would be better, but I mean, it might just be the venue, right? Like it's possible that maybe the venue's internet is just a little bit unstable. And that's sometimes something just out of their control. Or even specifically the venue's routing to the Blizzard server. Hard to say. Hard to say. If Coffee lagged out completely, then we can always resume from replay, of course. Thankfully, we have that functionality. True, true. We have that functionality. So it'll be okay. And what I will say as well, sorry, I should wind it back a little bit to it. It is really unfortunate that there was a lag out here. This actually does benefit TY. For the player that has a lot of pressure on them and for things that are going awry, to have the momentum kind of like subside, or to have like the game subside a little bit, and to give them some time to reflect and to, like, you know, stabilize mentally here, like this, unironically, this does benefit TY's position. But it's still a rough position to be in. to have a bit of a deficit early on. Obviously, it's not game ending, right? It's not like game ending damage that's been done or anything like that. But it is a nice lead that Coffee has found himself in, and now TY can think about that position, think about how to recover from that, counterattack, get some damage done, stabilize. Whether he wants to go for a faster third TC, or whether he wants to double down and go for a 2-base all in, whether he wants to go like for a 2-board 2-base play, which we saw previously as well in their first encounter. Whether he wants to play it safe or be more greedy, he has time to kind of like think over that. For now, though, I hope everyone's been enjoying themselves. I know it's been a long broadcast day. It's been a long one, Pappy. It's been a long one. A little bit unexpectedly long. Like I was theorizing it'd be like maybe 6 hours, but nah, getting much more out of that. Oh, and looks like we have our players. And it looks like it was a resume from replay. Was it? Yeah. So it did lag out, so we do have to resume. Now we're jumping back in. Okay. And again, so far Coffee does have a low ground control. Okay, so Coffee does have control of the low ground. Has to be careful though, as he will take some heavy shots to the face of the Mass Hellion. So Coffee does pull away, and it's on TY to counterattack to get some counter damage done. Remember, TY is down in workers, down in economy. So it does break out for the counterattack. Oof. And Coffee pulls out. As he pulls out, he does try to go for the backstab. A cheeky move here by Coffee. That's going to be the death of both Hellions, though. Yeah, both Hellions will go down. Gets only one SCV. Not quite worth it for Coffee. That does mean his ground army is going to be that much weaker. And we'll see what TY can get done. Back at home, Coffee building a bit of tanks. Getting his own Raven production as well. We're building up. We're building up from here. Coffee still has a lead, and Coffee going for the... we've seen this before. Coffee rushing into the faster TC. This is what got Coffee killed previously, if you remember, in Game 1. Where Coffee took a massive lead in Game 1, then he tried to rush into a third base and then got punished for it. Thankfully, this time he is going Raven. In Game 1, he didn't. He went mass medevac instead, and he had a harder time as a result. We'll see if Coffee gets away with it. But again, so far, just trying to stabilize. Scan into the main base. We often notice he scans at this state, but he wants to be careful, and he does get a full scan of the main production. There's nothing crazy going on there. There's no second starport. There's no CC. At the same time, drop into the main base. There is an army in position. Coffee's ready, and TY pulls away. Quick reactions as TY does pull out. And the army's actually passing by each other. Oh no. we're passing by each other, Pappy. TY gets he gets spotted. TY gets spotted. Coffee does turn back around. Oh, it does some erratic camera work there as we have a Hellion drop into the main base. Workers lining up. Oh my god. Massive connections. Yeah, Hellion shots going off. 6 SCVs go down. Very nice connections. At the same time, though, the main army of TY gets caught. Yeah, TY gets caught out. The tanks do go down. So we're getting messy. We're getting messy. The observer is getting messy as well. Like, what the calm down, Pappy. Calm down. And Coffee caught out all the tanks, going for the counterattack. He will lose a lot of SCVs back at home, but Coffee has a stronger main army. He has a stronger main army here. He has the Sables. Ooh, nice snipe with the Raven. One Raven goes down. Throws down the auto turrets. He's going for the kill. He wants the tanks. He wants them. He gets one. One tank goes down. Can he get the other? Barely not. Barely not. One tank will hold, but TY who lose control of the natural. Across the map, 25 SCVs. What is happening across the map? 27 SCVs. What's killing him? It's one Hellion. The Hellion drop is popping up. 28 SCV kills. Coffee has no economy. Yeah, he has no economy back at home. The Raven harass. Coffee, he was not paying attention. He was distracted. 31 SCV kills. Oof. And the Ravens are caught. Massive pickups here. Every Raven goes down. TY punishes. And on the one hand, yes, TY is stuck with a lower base count, but TY has more CVs. And TY, can he break out? He can afford to pull the boys. He can afford to pull them. Likewise, I'm sure TY is tempted to maybe land. I was just going for Liberators. Yeah, going for Liberators instead. And Coffee has no answer. Forced one siege. Losing one tank already. And Coffee, yes, he's being broken. He's being broken here. Coffee has to back off. TY is able to re-expand, and now TY can make use of his 51 SCVs. Yeah. And again, Coffee, he could have been in a better position here. He was just caught off guard, right? He was not paying attention back at home. He was distracted. He lost so many workers to the Raven harass. So many workers went down. And TY, he's running away with this. The longer this goes on, the better it is for TY. Landing is third. Army sizes are still quite comparable to each other. TY, tells him to move out. I believe, yeah, so Coffee has the higher Viking count. So on the one hand, TY has these Liberators which can dominate the ground, but Coffee has more Vikings, and that's what matters most here. Coffee has potential to break through the Arrow army and to collapse on top of the Liberators and reset the Viking count. He has potential. Viking shots going off. Oh, army sims in. Nice snipe. He gets one, he gets two. He does catch out two of those Liberators. But Coffee did bleed out a couple of Vikings to do so. Down to 6. Up next, he doesn't want that Raven. Lands the Vikings within tank range. Oh no! Ooh, losing one of the Vikings. A little bit messy here. It does get 6 SCVs. But he's trapped. No, he's trapped. He can't leave. Oh no, he's gonna try. So there's 1, 2, 3. He saves one Viking. What used to be a Viking advantage, not anymore. Not anymore. That was not worth it for Coffee. He will lose air control. Marines, they get across the map. Coffee being torn apart. The third TC is going to go down. Coffee was so close. He was so close to claiming this game. He was doing well. He was doing well. He had the stronger start, but the Hellion harass and the Raven harass more importantly. Remember, 31 SCVs were killed to Ravens. They were killed to Raven auto turrets. That was crazy. Coffee still has a comparable army. He's just going for it. Yeah, he's just stimming in. He's stimming in. Massive armor shot on the army. Vikings, they land. And Coffee will lose everything. He'll lose everything. You can see the smudge. GG gets called. And TY, he will claim the series 2-1. He will advance on into the playoffs. GG. GG, well played. A rough loss there for Coffee. You can see the emotions as well there. Again, Coffee was ahead. Coffee had this game. He had this game in the bag. But got a little bit too excited, a little bit too distracted, and in the end, maybe even got into his own head a little bit. Or remember the pause, or the timeout, the lag out. Remember the lag out, that also impacts things as well. GG. GG, well played with that. TY, he will advance on into those playoffs, and Coffee is out of the tournament. GG. GG, well played. But again, Coffee played well. Coffee played well, and there's a world out there where Coffee does advance on instead. Coffee had a strong showing here, but last TY will overcome that. Will be able to overcome that. It does instead make it through. Does make it through here. Congratulations. When it comes to Group B, out of Group B, we have Sue and TY do advance on out of Group B. Meanwhile, out of Group D, earlier in the broadcast, we did have, I believe, not Trap. It was Oliveira and Cyan, if I recall correctly. No, sorry, Oliveira and Jeshi. That's it. So Oliveira and Jeshi did make it through out of Group D. Meanwhile, Sue and TY out of Group B. I keep saying Group B, Group A. My apologies. With that, tomorrow we have the next set of groups. We have Neeb, Max. So hold on, can I just show this off? Hold on, I got you. Un momento. Yeah, beautiful. Okay, so as you can see here, we have Douyu Cup, we have Group B and C still to progress here. You can see here, Group B, we have Neeb, we have Maxed, we have Cyan and Impact. That's going to be incredible, by the way. It's going to be amazing. As again, I still am a big Impact fan, so I would love to see Impact once again. I know Neeb has a big fan base as well. They're going to be going up against some of the best Protoss players in all over China with Maxed and Cyan. Meanwhile, Group C is going to be Scarlet, Innovation, Deer, and Kellizer. What year is it? Scarlet, Innovation, Deer. I'm thinking 2013. I almost said 2023. 2013 was like peak condition for all of these players, actually. I guess for these three. Like Kellizer at the time. If I think 2013, I think of Kellizer joining Root Gaming. I think that was maybe 2014. I remember Kellizer, he joined Roots a little bit later. It's like 2014 or maybe even early Legacy. I was a little bit later for Kellizer. But yeah, Scarlet, Innovation, Deer, like I'm still thinking about like GSL in 2013 coming into BlizzCon as well, where Deer did pop off, referring to a series versus Jaedong, of course. Scarlet, I mean, that was the year where we had Scarlet versus Bomber. 2013 was a year, was in my mind was like the year of StarCraft. Like that was crazy, with Red Bull Battlegrounds, GSL, BlizzCon. GSTL, true. That was the final year of GSTL as well. True. I didn't watch Pro League in 2013. I wasn't into the Pro League side of things. Just GSTL, GSL sort of thing. But yeah, that's what I think of when I see a bracket with Scarlet, Innovation, and Deer. Like that's like my mind goes to like 2013, 2014 era StarCraft. That's crazy. But all these years later, over 10 years later, they're still competing. They find themselves competing in a group together. And it's wild. It's wild. Scarlet and Innovation, they used to be teammates, if you remember. They were both on Acer. Scarlet and Innovation, they lived together for a while. They lived together in Korea, both on Acer, both on Axiom Acer, competing in GSTL. Deer at the time was on STX Seoul, right? I want to say he was on STX Seoul, and that was Deer's rise to fame when he won GSL and when he made it to BlizzCon. That was also that year. I say he won GSL. He didn't win. There was like a GSL, there was like a GSL cross final, right? There was like a GSL like season or cross final that Deer competed in, and he was able to qualify to BlizzCon through that as well. Again, all in 2013, and yeah, again, 13 years later. They're facing off here in a Douyu Cup, so wish them the best. Coming into the events, of course, Scarlet's going to be favored. Scarlet, unlike these other players, Scarlet is in form and is still actively competing, so Scarlet is the most in shape compared to all these others. Innovation hasn't played in a long time. Deer has not played in a very long time as well. So we'll see how they compare to each other. We'll see who's in shape and who isn't, and if anyone can stop Scarlet from advancing to the playoffs. We'll see. Meanwhile, they're just going through the previous brackets of the day. You can see there, Su, he took down Fantasy, took down Coffee. Su was the first player to make it through. Oh, sorry, in this group. In this group. It's catching up. No stats, no zest, no innovation. No innovation's there. He's there. I'll say that innovation was like kind of pre-stats and pre-zest. I say pre, like technically, like innovation did eventually join SKT and eventually was kind of like they were all, I guess, competing in that era for sure. But I feel like stats and zest, their rise to prominence was after innovation's rise. But sure. I'm stuck here then. True. But regardless, we're wrapping up. We're wrapping up here for the day. And again, great to see all these legends from years gone by competing once again. And we'll see you guys tomorrow. We'll see you guys tomorrow for the second day of Douyu Cup. Remember, this is a 4-day event. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 days straight of Douyu Cup action. Tomorrow is the next half of groups, and then the day after that, over the weekend, Saturday and Sunday, are going to be the playoffs. So playoffs will be over the weekend. Group stage, also sorry, the second half of the group stage will be tomorrow as well. So GG well played. Otherwise, we are going to be wrapping up. I don't know if there's going to be like an ending ceremony or like interviews or something of that nature, but otherwise we're happy to wrap up. Happy to wrap up. My voice is very strained right now. Very. I was drinking tea as well, and it didn't really help too much. So very strained. Hopefully a bit of a slimmer broadcast tomorrow, I'm hoping for, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. Hopefully the technical issues will be cleared up, and hopefully we'll be okay for tomorrow. Otherwise, thanks for watching. Thanks so much for the support. We appreciate it, and we'll see you guys tomorrow for the rest of Douyu Cup. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for watching. Again, I hope you enjoy the broadcast. I know that right now it can be difficult to enjoy StarCraft, especially with the new patch being live and the current state of the live version of the game. But despite that, like, we had some fun games. We had some good matchups. And I don't want to take away from the fact that we have all these ex-players coming back to compete and having a good time. So GG, well played. With that, we'll see you guys next time. Until then, ciao, bye, ciao. See you tomorrow. If you want to support us, you can do so via Patreon or via following us on all the socials. ! Socials in the chat, ! Patreon in the chat as well. We'll see you guys next time. Until then, ciao, bye, ciao. Hasta luego.